Keith Urban had a start there. And now we've seen a video recently of another Aussie who started there, which is you. This video that you shared, which is from some television interview. You're wearing this white shirt, this beautiful cowboy hat. You're holding your acoustic guitar. You're standing in front of what I believe is a music shop, I think. And you're playing some songs. Your guitar case is open, and you're sort of, funding your first record, essentially. So tell us about that. How old were you, and how did that come about?
So I think that interview was when I was about 10 years old, and I was planning my first trip over to Tamworth. And, for me, Tamworth ended up becoming this thing that I would do with my family every single year. I did it from about, I think it was like 10 to about 16 or something. And, I feel like that's where I kind of cut my teeth. Like I used to jump up with bands. And by the way, there is more videos to come of my trip over. I dug through the archives and I found lots of great stuff. And I can't announce all the reasons that I'm putting out some of this stuff, but there is a little bit of a reason that you'll find out when Tamworth comes. So that's all I'm going to give away. So unfortunately, it's something I can't talk about, but you'll find out at the Golden. All I'm going to say is at the Golden Guitars. Just keep an eye out because something's happening. That's
wow. Okay, can't wait. This is very exciting. You just heard it first on Ramble City.
You heard it first. But yeah. So, but it just reminds me of like my family. We used to go there, and from the stories of staying in these like. The first year we went, they were staying in this absolute shack, which anybody that's gone to Tamworth knows that the hardest thing about going to Tamworth is finding accommodation in Tamworth.
Right.
And the first year we went, we stayed about half an hour out of town, and we open up the door to this cabin, and in the curtains was a possum wrapped up in the curtains. This place hadn't been open since the previous Tamworth. And I went into the bathroom and there was two giant green tree frogs sitting there right on top of the toilet just waiting for us. But it's just these moments, every year it was just this special thing that my family and I, we all loaded up the car and headed over. And when I was 16, I got my P plates for the first time, and me and my best mate, we headed over and slept in the car for a week, bussed on the street. We took no money. We had enough money to get there, and we slept in this car in the absolute sweltering heat of Tamworth, and we just made enough money. Everything got stolen the last day that we were there, our guitars included. So we ended up having to see if we could go and borrow a guy's guitar, bust on the street, made about $100, which was enough to get the fuel to get back home. So Tamworth holds lots of great memories for me.
Mate, that's amazing. And so when you were going there and you were making that pilgrimage every year, what did it mean to you? What did it represent? Because it sounds like that you knew pretty early this is what you wanted to do.
Yeah. I feel very lucky that I've always had a really clear sense of what I wanted to do. And I say from the age of 4, I would have answered, I want to be a country music singer. I'm not.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Like it was very much, I grew up listening to Lee Koenig and Garth Brooks. And if you'd asked me at 4 years of age, what do you want to be? I want to be a country music singer, and I want to look like Garth, and I wanted to wear the stuff like Garth. Like I've never, as mentioned, when I was like 16, 17, I kind of went away from country for a little bit. But it's pretty much been a consistent throughout my entire life. Where I am now is kind of where I always thought I'd be, in a sense.
It's funny too, because when we spoke in the past, excuse me, I remember you sort of saying that you kind of came up through the clubs too, essentially. It's that very old school route of like, you've played your hours, you've played your shows, you've kind of, you've honed your craft in kind of countless shows, right? And then this is kind of you finding your way to where you're always meant to be via this this other sort of stream to sort of now. It's an incredible story, and watching that footage, it just reminds you what music is all about. It's the business side can be very isolating and strange for everyone in it, and everyone on the outside doesn't really get it because they don't need to get it. And then you just see a kid playing the guitar and saying, I just want to play songs. It reminds you that that's what we're here for, and why it's great that, there's great music coming out every year.
It truly did that.